Opinions disclaimer.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Introduction: Bridging Two Worlds. Welcome to a comprehensive exploration of the intricate relationship between science and spirituality. This journey is divided into 4 insightful chapters, each delving into different aspects of how these two fundamental realms of human understanding intersect, challenge, and complement each other. In Chapter 1, Origins of Understanding, Science and Spirituality, we trace the roots of both spiritual beliefs and scientific thought. This chapter navigates through the early forms of spirituality and religion, their evolution, and the subsequent birth of science. We explore how these domains began intertwined and gradually diverged, setting the stage for the complex dynamics that would follow. Chapter 2. Confrontation and Conflict, Science Tests Faith, examines the historical tensions and interactions between scientific discoveries and religious doctrines. This chapter provides insights into how scientific advancements, such as the heliocentric model and evolutionary theory, clashed with and ultimately influenced religious beliefs and practices. Chapter 3. The Spiritual Lens, Understanding Beyond Data, shifts our focus to the ways in which spirituality can offer profound insights into areas that science alone may not fully illuminate. This chapter discusses the intersection of spirituality with fields like consciousness and quantum mechanics, highlighting how mystical experiences and spiritual practices can enrich our understanding of the universe. Finally, in Chapter 4, Harmonizing Paths, a Synergistic Approach, we explore the evolving relationship between scientists and spiritualists. This chapter delves into how both communities view each other, how they interpret and integrate each other's insights, and the potential for a harmonious coexistence where empirical knowledge and metaphysical belief can coalesce for a more holistic understanding of the world. End of introduction.
Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, we journey back to the origins of human understanding, to a time when the boundaries between science and spirituality were not as defined as they are today. Let's begin by exploring the early forms of spirituality and religion, tracing their evolution, and then delve into the birth of science, understanding its divergence from spiritual dogma. The earliest forms of spirituality and religion can be traced back to ancient civilizations. These were not just belief systems, but ways of comprehending the world. From the animistic traditions of indigenous tribes, who saw spirits in every aspect of nature, to the polytheistic religions of ancient Egypt and Greece, where gods personified natural forces and human emotions, spirituality was deeply entwined with everyday life. These early religions provided frameworks for understanding the natural world, human existence, and the mysteries of life and death. As humanity evolved, so too did its spiritual beliefs. The advent of monotheistic religions like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam marked a significant shift. These religions offered a singular, omnipotent deity and provided a more structured narrative of human existence and moral guidelines. Parallel to the evolution of spirituality was the gradual emergence of science. Early scientific thought was deeply interwoven with alchemy, a discipline that combined elements of chemistry, philosophy, and mysticism. Alchemists, in their quest to transform base metals into gold or find the elixir of life, laid the groundwork for modern chemistry. However, during the Middle Ages, their practices were often misunderstood and conflated with witchcraft, leading to persecution. The story of witches is particularly poignant in understanding the early misinterpretation of science. What we now recognize as rudimentary forms of biology, medicine, and chemistry were once deemed as magic or witchcraft. Women, who were often the keepers of medicinal plant knowledge, were viewed with suspicion. Their healing practices, passed down through generations, were mislabeled as sorcery, illustrating a profound misunderstanding of the natural world. The Renaissance marked a pivotal turn in this narrative, ushering in the era of empirical science. Figures like Galileo and Newton began to unravel the mysteries of the universe using observation and experimentation, methods that form the bedrock of modern science. This was a significant departure from the spiritual interpretations of the natural world. Science began to seek explanations grounded in physical evidence, gradually removing the need for a divine hand in its explanations. The divergence of science from spirituality can be seen most clearly in how each addresses the concept of God. While spirituality and religion often place God at the center of creation and human existence, science took a different path. The scientific method, based on observation, hypothesis, and experimentation, does not necessitate the inclusion of a deity to explain natural phenomena. This approach led to a profound shift in human understanding, where the mysteries of the universe began to be unraveled not through divine interpretation, but through empirical evidence. As we conclude this chapter, we recognize that the paths of science and spirituality started from a shared origin, the human quest for understanding. While they have since diverged, each offers unique insights into our existence. Science, with its empirical approach, has illuminated the workings of the natural world, while spirituality and religion have provided meaning and moral guidance. Together, they form the dual pillars of human knowledge and belief. End of Chapter 1.
Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, we delve into the turbulent waters where the rising tide of scientific discovery met the established shores of spiritual doctrine. This meeting was not always peaceful. It was often marked by conflict, controversy, and profound change. The birth of science was often viewed with skepticism and fear. Scientific methods and ideas, rooted in observation and questioning of the status quo, were seen as challenges to the authority of religious institutions. In a time when religion was not just a belief system, but a cornerstone of social and political order, scientific inquiry was often viewed as unorthodox. The story of early scientific theories is one of courageous inquiry in the face of formidable opposition. Consider the heliocentric model proposed by Copernicus, which placed the sun, not the earth, at the center of our solar system. This was a radical departure from the geocentric view endorsed by the Church, which saw Earth as the universe's center, reflecting the belief in humanity's special place in creation. Galileo Galilei's support of this model led to his infamous trial and house arrest, exemplifying the friction between emerging scientific ideas and established religious doctrines. This tension was not limited to astronomy. The development of evolutionary theory by Charles Darwin provided a biological foundation for the diversity of life that contrasted sharply with the literal interpretations of religious texts like the Bible. Darwin's theory of natural selection and the idea of common descent suggested a natural, undirected process of evolution, in stark contrast to the doctrine of divine creation. The battles between science and religion were not just intellectual debates, but often had real-world consequences. Scientists faced persecution, their works were banned, and their ideas suppressed. This conflict was not just about facts, but about worldviews. Science challenged the very framework through which people understood their existence and their place in the universe. Despite initial resistance, science began to gain acceptance, driven by its undeniable success in explaining and manipulating the natural world. The benefits of scientific inquiry, evident in technological advancements and increased understanding of the world, made it increasingly difficult to dismiss. The utility of science in improving human life and its ability to provide clear, testable, and reliable knowledge gradually led to its acceptance. This acceptance forced many religious institutions to update, evolve, or adapt their beliefs. The Catholic Church, for instance, eventually accepted the heliocentric model, and much later, recognized the validity of evolutionary theory. Many religious thinkers began to reinterpret ancient texts and doctrines in ways that were compatible with scientific understanding. This adaptation was not an outright acceptance of all scientific ideas, but often a nuanced attempt to reconcile faith with empirical evidence. As the scientific revolution took hold, it became clear that science and religion would need to coexist. This coexistence was not always harmonious, but it marked a significant shift in human thought. Religions began to focus more on the moral and spiritual dimensions of human life, areas where science, with its focus on the material and empirical, was less equipped to provide answers. The coexistence of science and religion, each with its unique approach to understanding life, death, and existence, brings both complementary perspectives and inherent challenges. On the one hand, science, with its empirical methods and reliance on observable evidence, offers a systematic approach to understanding the physical world. It excels in explaining the mechanics of life, the structure of matter, and the laws governing the universe. The scientific method's strength lies in its ability to test hypotheses, build on accumulated knowledge, and crucially, its willingness to adapt when faced with new evidence. However, science reaches its limits when it comes to the subjective and existential aspects of human life. Questions about the meaning of existence, the purpose of life, and what, if anything, lies beyond death often remain outside its view. Science can describe the processes of life and death, but often struggles to imbue these processes with personal or universal meaning. Religion, in contrast, thrives in these very areas where science is less equipped. It offers frameworks for understanding not just the how, but the why of human existence, providing moral guidelines, a sense of purpose, and comfort in the face of life's uncertainties. Through narratives, rituals, and doctrines, religion addresses the human need for meaning, community, and hope, especially in contemplating the inevitability of death and the possibility of an afterlife. However, religion's reliance on faith and tradition can sometimes lead to dogmatism and resistance to new ideas that challenge established beliefs. While science is often open to revising its understanding based on new evidence, religious doctrines typically change more slowly, sometimes leading to conflicts with evolving scientific understanding. In this interplay between science and religion, we find both strengths and weaknesses. Science offers clarity and knowledge about the workings of the physical world, but can leave existential questions unanswered. Religion provides meaning and a moral compass, but can sometimes resist updating its perspectives in light of new discoveries. Together, however, they offer a more comprehensive understanding of human existence, each complementing the other in the endless quest for knowledge and meaning. The evolution of science from the roots of religion is a testament to humanity's insatiable quest for understanding. Initially, the quest to comprehend the world around us was deeply enmeshed with religious thought. Early scientific endeavors were often pursued in the context of seeking a deeper understanding of the divine order. The natural world was seen as a manifestation of a higher power's work, and studying it was a way to glorify and better understand that power. However, as empirical methods developed and a more systematic approach to studying the natural world emerged, science began to carve its own distinct path, separate from the doctrines of religion. This separation was pivotal in allowing science to pursue objective inquiry, free from theological constraints. It enabled a focus on observable, testable phenomena and led to rapid advancements in our understanding of the physical world. The benefits of this divergence are manifold. Science, unfettered by religious dogma, has made incredible strides in explaining natural phenomena, from the mechanics of the universe to the complexities of biology. This has not only expanded our knowledge, but has also led to practical applications that have greatly improved human health comfort, and understanding of our place in the cosmos. Yet, the separation of science from spirituality has not rendered the latter obsolete. Rather, it has allowed each to flourish in its own right. Spirituality continues to provide a framework for addressing the moral, ethical, and existential questions that science alone cannot answer. It offers a sense of purpose, community, and a framework for understanding aspects of human experience that are subjective and transcendent. In essence, while science and spirituality have followed separate paths, their complementary nature enriches our understanding of the universe and ourselves. Science provides the tools to unravel the mysteries of the physical world, while spirituality helps us navigate the complexities of human experience and morality. Together, they form a more holistic approach to understanding our existence, catering to both the rational and the spiritual aspects of our nature. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in areas of study that attempt to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, often venturing into what some might label as pseudoscience. These fields explore concepts like consciousness, the power of intention, and quantum mysticism, seeking to understand the spiritual dimension through a scientific lens. For instance, quantum mechanics, with its mysterious and non-intuitive nature, has been interpreted by some to suggest a connection between the human mind and the fabric of reality, although such interpretations are often debated within the scientific community. Similarly, the study of consciousness, once considered solely a philosophical or spiritual inquiry, has gained interest among neuroscientists and psychologists who are exploring the scientific underpinnings of awareness and subjective experience. These explorations, while often controversial, reflect a desire to reconcile scientific understanding with spiritual and existential questions. The Catholic Church's stance on alien life offers an intriguing example of a religious doctrine adapting in response to scientific discovery and speculation. The Vatican has shown openness to the possibility of extraterrestrial life, which is a significant departure from historical religious views that placed humans at the center of God's creation. This openness is not an outright endorsement of the existence of alien life, but rather a recognition that the discovery of extraterrestrial beings would not necessarily contradict Catholic theology. The Church posits that if such beings exist, they too would be part of God's creation. This stance reflects a broader trend within the Church to engage with scientific discoveries, from the Big Bang Theory to evolution, integrating these ideas into a theological framework. It demonstrates a notable shift from a historically geocentric and anthropocentric view to one that embraces the vast and unknown possibilities of the cosmos, illustrating how religious doctrines can evolve in light of new scientific understanding and curiosity. In concluding this chapter, we see that the relationship between science and religion is not merely one of conflict or harmony, but a dynamic interplay that reflects the complexity and richness of human understanding. The evolution of this relationship underscores our ability to embrace multiple perspectives, continually seeking a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. End of Chapter 2.
Chapter 3. Chapter 3 takes us into a realm where spirituality offers a unique lens to view the mysteries that science strives to unravel. This chapter specifically focuses on how spiritual insights and mystical experiences can complement empirical data, offering a holistic understanding that transcends the limits of physical observation. The field of consciousness is a prime example of this intersection. While neuroscientists use advanced technology to map the brain and understand its functions, spiritual traditions have long delved into the nature of consciousness through introspection and meditation. These spiritual practices offer insights into aspects of consciousness that are subjective and internal, such as the experience of transcendence, mindfulness, and the sense of connection with something greater than oneself. By integrating these spiritual insights with scientific data, we can gain a more comprehensive understanding of consciousness that encompasses both its physical and experiential dimensions. Another area where spirituality complements science is in the realm of quantum mechanics. Quantum theory, with its counterintuitive phenomena like entanglement and superposition, has challenged traditional notions of reality. Some spiritual interpretations view these phenomena as indicative of a deeper interconnectedness of all things, a concept that resonates with many spiritual traditions. While such interpretations must be approached with caution to avoid misrepresenting the science, they open up intriguing dialogues about the nature of reality, consciousness, and the universe. The contribution of spirituality to our understanding of the universe is not about providing empirical data in the conventional scientific sense. Instead, it offers a different form of knowledge, one that is experiential and introspective. This form of knowledge can be particularly valuable in addressing questions about meaning, purpose, and the human experience, questions that science alone may not be fully equipped to answer. This chapter also explores how mystical experiences, often dismissed by traditional science, can provide profound personal insights and a sense of connection to the universe. Such experiences, whether through meditation, religious ecstasy, or other spiritual practices, have been reported across cultures and time, suggesting a universal aspect to the human experience. While these experiences are inherently subjective and thus difficult to study empirically, they offer a window into aspects of human existence that are deeply meaningful to many individuals. Moreover, these mystical experiences often lead to transformative personal revelations, emotional healing, and profound changes in worldview, which, while intangible, have significant impacts on individuals' lives. Meditation, for instance, has been shown to not only alter states of consciousness, but also to have measurable effects on physical health, stress levels, and mental well-being. Similarly, religious ecstasy and spiritual awakenings, while challenging to quantify scientifically, often result in life-altering shifts in perspective and behavior, echoing the deep-seated human need for connection and meaning. The exploration of these experiences raises important questions about the nature of knowledge and understanding. Science, grounded in empiricism, seeks to explain phenomena through repeatable and observable data. Spiritual experiences, however, often transcend these boundaries, residing in the realms of personal insight and subjective experience. This disparity highlights the limitations of a solely empirical approach to understanding human existence and underscores the need for a broader framework that encompasses both the physical and the metaphysical. This need for a broader framework leads us into the intricate and often complicated relationship between science and spiritual systems. While science excels in deciphering the material world, spiritual systems offer pathways to explore the realms of meaning, purpose, and existential inquiry. The challenge lies in finding a balance between these two approaches, acknowledging the strengths and limitations of each. A respectful and open dialogue between science and spirituality can enrich our understanding of both, allowing us to approach the fundamental questions of life with a more comprehensive perspective. The ongoing evolution of this relationship, marked by both collaboration and tension, mirrors humanity's enduring quest to understand our place in the universe, a quest that is as complex as it is profound. In conclusion, this chapter highlights the potential for a synergistic relationship between science and spirituality. By acknowledging the value of both empirical data and spiritual insight, we can move towards a more holistic understanding of life and the universe. This approach does not diminish the importance of scientific objectivity, but recognizes that human understanding is enriched by a diversity of perspectives. The integration of science and spirituality, approached thoughtfully and respectfully, has the potential to expand our comprehension of the universe in both tangible and intangible ways. End of chapter 3.
Chapter 4. Chapter 4 delves into the evolving perspectives of scientists and spiritualists towards each other's disciplines, a relationship characterized by mutual intrigue and skepticism. This chapter aims to dissect the perceptions and interpretations that each community holds about the other, exploring how these viewpoints have shaped their interactions and understanding of the world. From the perspective of many spiritual practitioners, science is often seen as a tool that can explain the mechanics of the universe, but is limited in its ability to grasp the profound mysteries of existence. There is a sense, among some spiritual communities, that while science can unravel the how of phenomena, it falls short in explaining the why, particularly in matters pertaining to consciousness, purpose, and the essence of being. To them, science can complement spiritual understanding by providing a physical explanation for the universe, but it cannot replace the deep, experiential knowledge gained through spiritual practices and beliefs. Conversely, scientists often view spirituality and religion with a lens of curiosity mixed with skepticism. The scientific community typically prioritizes empirical evidence and testable hypotheses, which can lead to a cautious approach towards spiritual claims that lack quantifiable proof. For many in the scientific world, spiritual and religious beliefs are seen as subjective, varying greatly across cultures and individual experiences, and hence challenging to study or validate through scientific methods. However, there is also a growing recognition among some scientists of the value in understanding the human need for spirituality and the impact of religious beliefs on society and individual psychology. The interaction between science and spiritual or religious communities is not just a passive observation, but involves active attempts to interpret and explain each other's domains. On one side, scientists have endeavored to understand and sometimes validate spiritual practices using scientific methods. Studies on meditation, prayer, and faith healing are examples where science has sought to quantify and explain the effects of these practices. These investigations often aim to demystify spiritual experiences, attributing physiological or psychological explanations to phenomena traditionally understood in spiritual terms. On the other side, religious and spiritual communities frequently interpret scientific theories and discoveries through the lens of their doctrines and beliefs. The Big Bang Theory, for instance, is sometimes seen by religious groups as evidence of a divine creation event, aligning cosmic genesis with religious narratives. Similarly, Advancements in life sciences and genetics are often integrated into spiritual discussions about life, consciousness, and human destiny. In these interpretations, religious and spiritual viewpoints seek to encompass scientific findings within a broader existential or divine framework. This dynamic between science and spirituality religion illustrates an ongoing negotiation between empirical knowledge and metaphysical belief. It reflects a human endeavor to construct a comprehensive understanding of our existence, drawing from both the tangible evidence of science and the intangible insights of spirituality. The relationship, complex and multifaceted, shows our collective struggle to reconcile the material with the spiritual, the observable with the experiential, highlighting the diverse ways we seek to make sense of our world and our place within it. In the following exploration, we will examine 20 different events and phenomena, considering how they might be interpreted through the lenses of spirituality, religion, and science. This comparison aims to illuminate the diverse perspectives each brings to human experiences and natural occurrences, from the everyday to the extraordinary. 1. Birth. Religious spiritual view, seen as a miracle, a divine gift, or a soul entering a new physical form. Scientific view, a biological process resulting from genetic combination and gestation. 2. Death. Religious spiritual view, often considered a transition to an afterlife, reincarnation, or a return to a spiritual realm. Scientific view, the cessation of biological functions that sustain a living organism. 3. Near-death experience. Religious spiritual view, perceived as a glimpse into the afterlife or a spiritual awakening. Scientific view, explained as a neurological response to extreme stress or trauma. 4. Seeing a ghost. Religious spiritual view, interpreted as an encounter with a spiritual or disembodied entity. Scientific view, often attributed to psychological phenomena, hallucinations, or sensory misinterpretations. 5. Hearing voices. Religious spiritual view, sometimes viewed as communication from divine entities, spirits, or ancestors. Scientific view, considered a symptom of psychological conditions like schizophrenia or a result of extreme stress. 6. Creation of the universe. Religious spiritual view, creation stories often involve a divine being or cosmic process. Scientific view, the Big Bang Theory explains the universe's origin as a massive expansion from a singular point. 7. Human consciousness. Religious spiritual view, seen as a manifestation of the soul or a connection to a higher consciousness. Scientific view, considered a complex outcome of brain processes and neural activity. 8. Falling in love. Religious spiritual view, often viewed as a soulful connection or a predestined encounter. Scientific view, attributed to biochemical reactions and psychological factors. 9. Dreams. Religious spiritual view, can be interpreted as messages from the divine or subconscious insights. Scientific view, seen as a natural part of sleep, involving brain activity, processing emotions and memories. 10. Miracles. Religious spiritual view, acts of divine intervention or manifestations of spiritual power. Scientific view, often attributed to coincidence, unexplained phenomena, or lack of complete understanding. 11. Meditation and mindfulness. Religious spiritual view, practices for spiritual growth, enlightenment, or connection with the divine. Scientific view, techniques that reduce stress, improve mental health, and alter brain activity. 12. Natural disasters. Religious spiritual view, sometimes seen as divine retribution or a test of faith. Scientific view, understood as natural occurrences based on geological and meteorological processes. 13. Healing and recovery. Religious spiritual view, often attributed to prayer, faith healing, or spiritual intervention. Scientific view, the result of medical treatment, the body's natural healing processes, and psychological resilience. 14. Eclipses. Religious spiritual view, historically seen as omens or messages from the gods. Scientific view, natural phenomena resulting from the orbital positions of the Moon, Earth, and Sun. 15. Psychic abilities. Religious spiritual view, believed to be a connection to the spiritual realm or heightened intuition. Scientific view, generally regarded with skepticism, attributed to chance, fraud, or psychological factors. 16. Déjà vu. Religious spiritual view, sometimes interpreted as a glimpse into past lives or spiritual experiences. Scientific view, considered a neurological anomaly or a glitch in the brain's memory system. 17. Auroras, northern lights. Religious spiritual view, often seen as a magical or spiritual display. Scientific view, a scientific phenomenon caused by charged particles from the sun interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. 18. Seasonal changes. Religious spiritual view can be seen as part of a divine cycle or balance in nature. Scientific view, explained by the Earth's axial tilt and orbit around the Sun. 19. Rainbows. Religious spiritual view, sometimes seen as divine symbols or spiritual messages. Scientific view, understood as a meteorological phenomenon caused by light refraction in water droplets. 20. Aging. Religious spiritual view, considered part of the soul's journey or life cycle. Scientific view, the result of biological processes and cellular aging. The exploration of these 20 events illustrates the starkly different perspectives that science and spirituality offer. While science seeks to explain phenomena through empirical investigation and observable facts, spirituality provides a narrative that often transcends the physical and delves into the metaphysical. Both viewpoints offer valuable insights into our world and human experience, but they approach these phenomena from fundamentally different starting points. This dichotomy exemplifies the complicated yet enriching relationship between scientific inquiry and spiritual belief, highlighting the diverse ways in which humanity seeks to understand the profound mysteries of life and the universe. In conclusion, Chapter 4 highlights the distinct yet intersecting paths of science and spirituality in interpreting various life events and phenomena. While science offers a lens grounded in empirical evidence and objective analysis, spirituality provides a deeper, more subjective understanding rooted in personal belief and experience. This chapter reveals the richness and complexity inherent in both perspectives, emphasizing that neither is exclusively capable of fully explaining the vast array of human experiences and natural occurrences. Rather, it is in the integration of these two viewpoints, the empirical and the metaphysical, that we find a more holistic and nuanced comprehension of our world. As humanity continues to evolve, so too will our interpretations and understandings, guided by the ever-merging paths of science and spirituality, each informing and enriching the other in our perpetual quest for knowledge and meaning. End of Chapter 4.
Conclusion: the future of science and spirituality. Reflecting on the insights gained from each chapter, it becomes evident that the relationship between science and spirituality is not merely one of opposition, but of potential synergy and mutual enrichment. In Chapter 1, we observe the historical roots of science and spirituality, understanding their intertwined origins and how they have evolved to form separate yet equally profound paths of understanding. Chapter 2 revealed the pivotal moments of conflict and adaptation where scientific discoveries challenged and reshaped religious beliefs, demonstrating the dynamic nature of human thought and belief. In Chapter 3, we recognize the unique contributions of spirituality to our understanding of phenomena beyond the reach of empirical science, illustrating how mystical and subjective experiences can complement scientific knowledge. Chapter 4 highlighted the current state of dialogue and collaboration between science and spirituality, showcasing the potential for an integrated approach that respects and utilizes the strengths of both to enrich our comprehension of the universe. Together, these chapters paint a picture of a journey from confluence to divergence, conflict to potential reconciliation, between two of the most powerful forces shaping human understanding, science and spirituality. This exploration underscores the importance of embracing multiple perspectives in our quest for knowledge and meaning, recognizing that both empirical and experiential insights are crucial in our collective endeavor to unravel the mysteries of existence. As we move forward, the interplay between science and spirituality promises to continue evolving, offering new pathways to wisdom and understanding in our ever-changing world. End of conclusion. Thank you for watching this journey through the intertwining paths of science and spirituality. If you found this exploration enlightening, please show your support by liking and sharing this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Life's Grand Odyssey for more insightful content like this. Your engagement helps us continue this grand journey of understanding life's profound mysteries together.